How long have you been out here, holy man?
Since the last full moon, maybe a little longer.
The desert is ruthless. Strips you of your vanities, your illusions, gives you the opportunity to see yourself for who you are.
As is described in the Gospels, I believe after his baptism, Jesus goes to the desert to fast and pray for 40 days and 40 nights. And while he's there, Lucifer appears to him and tempts him constantly. Jesus, of course, rejects those temptations, and eventually he makes his way back, to Jerusalem and to his ministry, newly focused, newly energized, returns to the ministry and what we know as the gospel.
There's no need to wait for her.
I don't mean to offend, but I'm fasting.
In the story, he doesn't believe particularly in these people who turn up in the desert looking for the meaning of life. When he's asked, why do you live here? He says, because it strips you of your vanity and your illusions, and you somehow get in touch with who you really are.
Are you lost?
No.
Are you one of those preachers looking for something here in the desert that you can't find anywhere else?
The boy is very curious, and he's your typical teenage kid, set back before Christ. But yeah, he just wants to go out and explore and go to Jerusalem. And he's very different from his father, and I don't think he quite has the courage to stand up to his father and say it to his face.
I want to go to Jerusalem. And I want to see the sea. And I want to see the lighthouse at Alexandria. And does your father know that? No.
Really what's in there is the idea that we are all connected by choice. Meaning what I do, if my choice will affect your life in some way, especially, as close families. So a mother's choice will affect the son's choice and life, and the son's choice will affect the father's life and choice, and by that we are all connected. So I think spiritually this is really interesting and valid.
Some spirit or something is always with you.
I have water for you here, Yeshua. That's what your mother calls you, isn't it? It's just about something very deep, and all of the scenes are ringing with the truth of the story between Joshua and the son, or Joshua and the father, and Joshua and the mother, but they're also really about these big issues and things that I relate to as a father and also as a son. Your father. Everything matters more to him than you. My father loves me. He loves himself only. Oh, what anger. You are your father's son.
With any movie, you just want the audiences, of course, to be engaged, to feel that the story makes them feel and makes them think and keeps them interested. I hope that, Christian audiences will connect to something that is fiction, but where Jesus is portrayed in a way where his humanity is something they can connect to. Non-Christian audiences, I think, can see it more as a parable or as a literary conceit, where you take a figure that you know from history and you put them in a story that talks about fathers and sons and fate and whether destiny is written or you make your own destiny and death, etc.
You found what you were looking for? No, but I'll stay as long as it takes. You think you're his only child? There are others. No, there is only me. There is only me.